Today's topic is about transformation, taking yourself and going from elegant to immaculately groomed elegance. Now, the things I'm going to teach you today are the biggest elegant grooming habits, the things that people do that make them look so just sleek and polished. Now, many years ago, I went to a finishing school and I was a student where I learned a lot of this. And then nowadays I teach finishing school and I have my own finishing school. So I train thousands of people every single year what these grooming habits are and why they're important. Now, one of the first, when you really walk in, everybody kind of notices certain things. It is what you see when somebody walks into a room, what you hear, and what you smell. And you know that person that walks into the room, and it could just be that they're wearing something very simple and plain, but they are so well groomed that it kind of takes your breath away. I'm going to teach you what those things are today. I have my top list of the most important grooming habits that elegant people do on a day-to-day basis so that you can learn them and do them as well. Let's get started. Now, these are meant to be gender neutral grooming habits. So as I'm talking through these, it doesn't matter where you live, what you do for a living, how old you are, it doesn't matter. These are gender neutral and for everyone. The first, hair. Now, it's not what you think. It's not about the hair in your head necessarily. Maybe it is, but when it comes to hair, it's about shaving and trimming. And here's the rule, if you shave or trim anything, we do it daily. So that means if you shave your legs, you don't wait 3-4 days to shave the next time. You shave every single day where possible. Now, just to note, if you shave your face, sometimes you don't shave every day because it would be too irritating to the skin, or if you have ingrown hairs, but that's another topic. But just to be conscious that generally speaking, we shave as often as we can, even with the face. Now, same thing with your face. Is facial hair okay? Of course it is. Think about Prince Harry on his wedding day. He had that beautiful, very well-groomed beard. He looked amazing, but it was so meticulously groomed. Now, a lot of people that I see shave legs, you see stubble, and you always notice it, right? You generally do. But I also want you to think about the less maybe sightly hair that maybe you don't know you have. So let's think about nose hair. Let's think about hair that comes out of our ears. Yes, it happens. Let's think about hair that grow on knuckles, hair that grow on toes. You might think, Myka, what are you talking about? I've never seen this before. But the majority of people have hair in places that you might not notice because they remove it. That also means if you cut your hair, if you have a short hairstyle, making sure, especially if you shave, that you are continuing to shave the back side of your hair if that is a hairstyle that you have. Make your list of the hair that you cut or trim, put it in your diary, put it in your Outlook calendar, whatever it is, your Google calendar, and make sure you are remembering to shave. So I just want you all to feel super, super confident no matter where you are, what you're doing. So if you have hair, you groom your hair, we continue to do it. Nails are next. So everyone should have a manicure. It doesn't matter your gender, it doesn't matter your age, and a manicure and a pedicure. And this is something you don't need to do and pay money to go have done. You can do this yourself. But every single person should have a clean manicure. And a manicure does not mean painted nails. It means that your nails are trimmed, that they're tidy, that your cuticles are well taken care of, that your nails are filed if that's what you do, or cut regularly, that they're clean. So I want everybody right now to look down at your nails. What are your nails? What is the condition of your nails right now? Because here's the thing, whenever we are talking to somebody, your nails are one of the first things that people notice when you are talking with your hands, or if I'm sliding a paper over for someone to sign, or I'm signing something myself, we notice nails. So I want you to remember that. So if you have a manicure, meaning you paint your nails. Let's say you paint your nails. We must continue to paint them. That means no chips. That means sometimes if you have nail polish with you, it's carrying that color around. So if you're in the middle of your workday, you look down and your nails have chipped, you can take out that color and just dab as an emergency fix for the rest of the day. But whenever I have bright nail polish, I always carry that color with me at work. So if I need to add an emergency color repair, then I do. Now, the biggest thing to me is that your nails are clean underneath. And, if there's something called a gentleman's manicure, which is a buffed nail. Interestingly, the Duchess of Cambridge, before she became the Princess of Wales, became really fascinated with this exact technique herself. So that's an old term, a gentleman's buff. And now it's really more gender neutral, and I use it myself too. When you don't want to have a polish on, but you want a nice, slick nail. When it comes to nail polish colors, I like to stick with shades of rose, is what I wrote about in my books, because I think that those are safe choices. Now, is navy blue nail polish okay? Well, it really depends on your brand and the brand or professional brand you work for. Years ago, I had a girlfriend who worked at Vogue, and she was wearing midnight blue Chanel lacquered nails, and it looked so beautiful because for her, that was her brand, and that was Vogue's brand, and she was on the trend reporting team, and it worked for her, and she was super chic. But if I wore navy blue nail polish, it wouldn't work. So again, shades of rose if you're unsure. The one thing I'd like to add is that there's a very big misconception that manicures are just for one gender. That could not be further from the truth. One of my favorite stories about working with Snoop Dogg is that he has the best manicure of any client I think I've ever worked with. It is perfect. I'm telling you, next time you see him, zoom in on his nails. He is immaculately groomed, but his nails, 5 stars, 10 stars. Takes the cake. Next, ashy skin. So when you're talking to somebody and you look down and their arm has all kind of ashy skin flaking off, or their legs, whatever it is, this is so easy to fix, but it's one of the most noticeable things about people. So I want you to just look right now, roll up your sleeves, look down, look at your elbows. That's a really big thing. Look at your knees, look at places where ashy skin tends to really take center stage. And all it is, it could be a very simple a moisturizer or a little oil or even a little bit of Vaseline if that's what you need, especially in winter or colder climates. But ashy skin is something that people notice right away. It doesn't matter your skin color, but ashy skin, we all have it. Trouble spots are around the heel, elbow, knees, sometimes underarms, around the underarms, even shoulders, legs, anything like that. So I want you to look at those particular spots, just roll up your sleeves, check it out, look at the back of your legs, the front of your legs, look in the mirror, and it's a very easy fix, but something we often notice about other people right away. So that natural glow sometimes is just Vaseline, but I want you to be conscious of that, and it's a very easy fix. Now, clean hair is not one of mine today because it's such an obvious one. I'm not going for the obvious today. Today, I'm going for that next level of immaculate grooming and that next level of polish. So this is about your scalp. It's not about just having clean hair. It's about your scalp and exfoliating your scalp. Your scalp is actually where all the dandruff starts, where all the oils come from. So a clean head of hair isn't necessarily the thing that makes somebody look really polished. It's the scalp. So get a good cleansing scalp cleansing shampoo and really work in there. And sometimes you need to really kind of do 2 or even 3 washes, but it's about your scalp, not the hair. It's about getting to the root of the issue, which is the scalp. And that will help with dandruff, with kind of making sure that you don't have any flakiness, oily hair will even improve, but it's all about the scalp. And there's really good exfoliators too, different combs, different kind of products that you can use, but the scalp is so important. You want to keep it nice and clean, and also the smell. You can always smell hair and somebody's head. I know this is not nice to talk about, but it's true. You can smell the oil build up, and that is from a not clean scalp. clean teeth and fresh breath. Now, you know I talk a lot about teeth because I really believe it's so important. It's what people notice. But what I want you to recognize is that it's also breath. So one of my favorite tools for people that say, I have bad breath, I don't know what to do about it, I'm a coffee drinker, whatever it might be, get a tongue scraper. It is so easy. You can get it at your dentist, you can get it at your local convenience store or drugstore or Amazon, whatever it is. But a tongue scraper is a great thing to have for bad breath, but also clean teeth. I love to brush my teeth. I'll brush my teeth 4 times if I can in a day, but at least twice a day. You should be cleaning your teeth. You should be flossing, daily flossing. Sometimes people just don't prioritize it. I cannot tell you how important it is. I even keep little tiny flossers in my handbag when I'm at work, when I'm in my briefcase. There are certain things that I think are so important. You go to lunch, excuse yourself. We never pick our teeth in front of anybody else or at the table. Excuse yourself. And any kind of grooming habits we always do in private, but your teeth. Now, in terms of gum, we never chew gum. It's almost one of the things where only horses chew just to chew. It's not a good look in my opinion. I think it just takes away from whatever you're saying or explaining. So, and also you see that gum, that mint green or bright pink gum going around like a washing machine in someone's mouth. It's distracting. Just doesn't look very nice. So I'm more of a breath mint person, but not crunching, chewing the breath mint in front of other people. But I love also the dissolving strips for breath. So I know Listerine has one, and you just put the little breath strip on and that helps. So sometimes if you're a coffee drinker or you just wake up and you need a little lift, they're about this big and they fit in your bags. So try those. But fresh breath is so important and one that we want to make sure we have nice, bright, white teeth, clean teeth, more important than anything. And now these things are very easy to take care of hygiene-wise. Next is body smell. This often has to do, and this is not just deodorant, but it's about perfumes and colognes. Now, my take on this is very clear. When it comes to professional situations, we don't wear fragrance to work. Why? Because when you are at work, you are probably sitting next to someone or doing business with somebody or a client that is not choosing to be there necessarily with you. They are sitting next to you in that cubicle or desk, or that client that comes up to you. They are there to buy a product or a service or to work on a product or a service or a company. So they're not choosing socially to be there with you. In a social situation, I have no problem with fragrance because you're choosing to be with those people. But in a professional environment, I would avoid fragrance. Also for airplanes or any kind of things like that, we're going to be on for hours because you might be sitting next to a stranger. So don't force them to smell. Now, if you do wear fragrance, remember it goes on your skin, not your body. It goes on pulse points because that's where our body heats up and that's where the fragrance comes alive. The whole thing here is that people that overdo it in fragrance. So if I'm putting on fragrance, I put on my neck and a little bit on my wrist, and that's it. Don't put on your clothes because it gets stuck to your clothes. It also can ruin clothing. It can stick to clothing. Then you have to get it dry cleaned. Or even silk, you could ruin it if you spray on a silk blouse or tie. So be very careful there. Deodorant. If you're an adult, you should wear deodorant. No matter, fragrant, not fragrant, whatever it is, to me, that's a non-negotiable. Especially in warmer climates, hot climates. You think it's winter, I don't need deodorant, but actually you're wearing sweaters and jackets and your body is heating. So please, it's just so important. Wear deodorant daily. Also make sure in your shower you're cleaning under your arms where you have deodorant. Deodorant builds up. It's hard to actually clean off your body. So use an actual scrub. So I actually have a scrub that I keep in my shower. That is what I scrub off deodorant daily with. Also to note, if you use deodorant, you might have deodorant in different body areas. There are spray deodorants, there's roll-on deodorant, there's deodorant for different body areas, if you know what I'm talking about. So if you use a deodorant in any part of your body, that is one tip for you. And finally, a good skincare routine. So you might have oily skin, dry skin, acne-prone skin. Figure out and identify what your skin type is and figure out a great skincare collection for you and your budget. But skincare is so important and something that we constantly want to do on a daily basis. Okay, so which habit do you think is most important? Is there one that you think, oh, I'm going to start doing this today? Or is there one that you think everyone here and everyone should know that they don't maybe practice as much as they should? Thank you for joining. I'm Myka Meier, and I'll see you next time.